Hello, I'm Savannah Cassie. Today we're reacting to more My Hero Academia. Let's get on to it.
We're focusing on our quirks?
I love when we finally get to see Class B. By the way, does this mean Class B didn't do the same thing as Class A? Maybe Class B was already in the summer camp for some reason or somewhere else, because why didn't they just join Class A? I mean, unless the teachings are different, because that's what Zawa said in a couple of episodes, like, they could teach in however way they want to, so Vlad didn't do the same thing that Zawa did to his class. He just let them go somewhere else or hang out somewhere else until Class A was done with whatever they do, so they can, like, team up or something.
Last semester, Class A was in the spotlight. Next semester, it's Class B's turn.
Isn't it weird that Class A and Class B keeps having this rivalry? Especially later on in the episode when we realize that, hey, there's an actual war going on. There are actual villains keep attacking this school. And instead of, like, maybe putting them together in, like, one building so they can mingle together and get along and maybe help each other with the quirks, they keep them in completely different separate buildings. Like, hey, this is supposed to be two classes of your courses. Why are we putting them in separate buildings when you know there's a war going on and you definitely know that you guys are sort of pinning these students together? Hey, when there's a war going on, maybe make them interact with each other so they're not enemies or rivals. Like, yeah, they could have, like, a rival buddy, but don't make it affect this humongous war.
Our class. What kind of training will help all of us get better?
Yeah.
You know what? Fair's question, because they just came into the building. They don't know about any of the Pussycat's actual powers. But I think the girl who has, like, the rock quirk or whatever she could do with her powers probably could, like, train, like, all the students. I don't know how anyone else could help them.
Quirks are the same way. They improve the harder you push them.
You know what's strange? It's only now that they're actually training with the quirks. Like, at first it was just their physical bodies, which I understand you want to, like, gain muscle mass and all of that to, like, maybe help train your quirk, because, like, quirks also integrate with your muscles. Like, someone like Midoriya, if he was squiggly arms with one fall, his entire bones would snap. But when you also want to train your quirk, because they had the entire sports arc, like, it wasn't pushed forward. It was still, like, the same day and stuff. Like, nothing changed. So I would assume, like, you want to train your quirk before the sports arc. Like, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Katsuki Bakugo! He's plunging his hands into boiling water to expand his sweat glands.
I love how they're telling us, like, what everyone is sort of doing to, like, improve their quirks. Like, that is cool. But also I want to see what Class B does. Because, like, we kind of just ignore them, even though they're supposed to be the other heroic clothes. Like, when we have, like, padding episode or filler episodes where they do nothing, like, make Class B do something. Like, show what character, what they do.
Kenya Ida! Hardcore long-distance running improves his leg strength and
I love Ida's just running across this entire map. Like, anytime you see another character, it's just, like, Ida in the background just running. Like, it would be fair when his quirk is, like, exactly just to run.
Nagakure, who is working on her stealth.
Oh,
Isn't it weird that Horakage, if that's how you pronounce her name, I'm probably just gonna call her Invisible Girl, like, just got, like, her entire power was just supposed to be invisibility. Like, that was, like, Hyokoshi didn't know what else her powers would be, so it was kind of just invisible until he realized, like, oh, I probably need to change it so people would stop asking me how she got into the hero course, when there is actually a way to make her into the hero course and still make her powers still be invisible. Like, Momo and Todoroki, that you got in because they were recommendation students. They changed the rules. Like, be like, oh, people usually think that it's 2 hero recommendation students per hero course, and Horakage or the Visible Girl is like, oh, I'm the 3rd one. I was an exception, and they wanted to help me train for invisibility, because, like, invisibility, that could be for spy network or, like, sneaking around and stuff. Like, that's still a cool power. Just, like, make her more, like, give her a knife, make her, like, train with combat and stuff, and just make her, like, a stealth hero.
then show me what that means!
Yes, sir! That guy is way more intense than I expected.
Why is only Midoriya the only person with the strength quirk? I mean, I would get it, but wouldn't the guy with, like, he has to eat sugar to, like, make him strong? Wouldn't after he eats some sugar and then punches him to see how far he can, like, hit someone, wouldn't he be in the strength course as well?
And make it stronger!
Yes, sir!
kid, why are you stalking Midoriya? Unless he realizes, like, Midoriya feels like he's ingrained with the heroes that he doesn't like. Because we definitely know about, like, his backlore and stuff.
Ah, this is a great opportunity! Let's make the most delicious curry in the...
I simply love that Ida's the only one happy about this. Like, he could take a bad situation and make it into a good one.
No way! How'd you find this place?
Oh, sorry.
Midoriya, why are you following this kid around? I know he didn't eat dinner, but the kid could eat at a later time.
This is a secret hideout?
Spending.
I love Midoriya's shock that this is a secret hideout. Yes, it's on the cliffside and there's a fucking cave, Midoriya. Of course this would be a secret hideout.
It's, well, sorry, but...
Midoriya, maybe you just don't ask about sensitive topics. The kid truly doesn't want to talk about his dead parents.
Names like hero and villain and then killing each other because of it. Always.
You know what? This kid does have pointers. This society is completely utterly fucked. Because, like, you could be a good person and then have, like, a quirk that's kind of, they label villainous. And then you try in your power to be good, but no matter what, society will still call you a villain.
It's not just heroes. Koda hates quirks.
And so, everyone's allowed to have their own belief. But I think it's because of, like, where he was raised. Like, everyone admired quirks, everyone admired hero. Now Midoriya is thrown into this world where, like, people have different opinions. Like, Shigaraki hates heroes. This kid hates quirks. And then, I guess kind of Stain, who was killing people off for kind of being, like, false heroes.
He admired heroes so much and wanted to be one. Thing is, you can't...
I love that Midoriya is simply talking about himself. Like, he can't simply talk about himself because, like, the kids would call him a liar. But, hey, Midoriya, you just call yourself a late bloomer. Just say, like, oh, I was a late bloomer. We thought I was quirkless and never was going to get a power. Until middle school, we realized I had a power. But the only way to activate it was actually to gain muscle mass. You could say that, Midoriya.
He tried to use telekinesis and to breathe fire.
You know what's strange? Like, it said, like, for people who have quirks, they either get a combination of parents' quirk or one they either. Deku's father had fire breathing. That means Deku could have easily had fire breath or some sort of fire power. But it's weird that he never looked up to Endeavor. Like, maybe he could still, like, be like, oh, All Might's the coolest. I love him the most. But, like, oh, Endeavor's also cool until, like, he realized Todoroki's backstory. Because, of, like, why does he not? Like, two people could have had fire breath. Like, shouldn't you want to look up Endeavor knowing that you could possibly had fire powers and he's, like, the second closest hero? Unless it was, like, because his father left and he was like, nah, I could, like, care less.
But I think that if you reject them completely, it's just going to make life harder.
Hey, Midoriya, you have ran into Shigaraki, the hero killer, other heroes who have, like, different opinions on, like, quirks, like, powers, superheroes. Like, everyone seems to have a different opinion about everyone else. So I don't get Midoriya's problem with this kid. Like, during this entire scene, it seemed like Midoriya was trying to push his values and interests into this kid. And I was kind of wishing they did, like, Midoriya was worried about this kid because, like, he ran into Shigaraki, who completely hates heroes, like, hates All Might, and he thinks that's crazy because, like, All Might's done something. And then meets this kid and be like, oh, my parents died because they fight a villain. And him going to, like, oh, I wonder if that happened to Shigaraki before he turned evil. Like, someone he loved died, no one saved him, and he simply latched on the closest thing, which was All Might, and he's been the symbol piece forever. And he's, like, worried about this kid who would just, like, go on this feud of hate, but it's kind of, like, not.
So not cute!
They were engineered for the black market, from what I hear.
Is the mask supposed to be, like, if she gets someone's blood, she can transform into someone? Because that is technically her power until she, like, gets her quirk awakening. So was the plan, like, she gets other people's blood, but she also sucks them up so she can transform into people so she can get more people's blood?
That makes 7 of us. I don't care, just let me loose.
Oh, the League of Villains is here. This camp is so doomed. By the way, sorry if I seem to be, like, ranting a lot, but I also have so many questions.
Take away their sense of peace and show them.
I love the boys being sprung out like everywhere. Like only one girl, like the meter girl, is sprung out, but the boys are just like everywhere in the dorms. They're like, no sleeping pad arrangement. We're just sleeping wherever.
But I need more beauty rest.
Who knew yesterday's extra lessons would go on until...
Why are these kids working on the quirks plus math homework? Didn't Azawa say no one failed their math homework? Unless they were like the lowest plus quirk training as well. Or maybe they're just doing extra work.
Oh, but you were very close. I'd say you passed the proverbial finish line by only a hair.
Okay, if they barely passed, then they should be in the course that's helping whatever the hell you're doing. I forget what its name. Like, I would assume Azar wouldn't take barely passing. He seems like one of the strict teachers who would be like, you barely passed, now you have to do this type of shit.
That's what he gets for standing out so much.
Seems like it's mostly...
I wonder if Alzawa's getting high on the information that Ome is kind of the school's undoing. Because we do know they kind of butt heads, which is weird. Because, like, it's not really All Might's fault that attention comes when attention is needed. He's the number one symbol of peace. So, if you want to get attention, become, how does an underground hero become one of the top 10? Because I don't think that's ever really happened before, has it?
You people be so damn bad at everything! Look at that. He's not blowing...
I love that the one thing Bakugo is good at is cooking, but like to be fair, I feel like he would be good at cooking.
I was just wondering what All Might would have done to help him if he'd been here.
You know what? That's actually an interesting concept. Like, what would All Might say to this kid who hates quirks or like heroes? Or would he be sort of like neutral? Be like, you can hate heroes, you can hate quirks, you can like live your life as you want. Just don't make that into like a thing and anger that leads you on forever.
What you say doesn't matter near as much as what you actually do.
Facts, straight up facts.
But it sounds to me like you shouldn't be sticking your nose in a delicate...
I love that these two are having this conversation, and Ida has not moved once. They just make him a completely still frame.
Guys, your hands aren't moving. We'll never make the best do if you stop.
Oh, I love that Ida's helping Class B for no apparent reason. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, some of Class A should be able to hang out with Class B instead of ignoring each other. Because we know Momo is friends with the Kindergo. Ida could just be the class rep that just hangs out in both classes and just yells at them once in a while. Or just helps them out. Because I feel like Ida would just help both classes out. He would be like, oh, my daily task is like helping both class out. And they could, like, the other classes be like, okay, you can do that, but just like don't wear yourself out.
6, 7, 8? Okay, let's try this again. I must be...
What do you mean he's going by himself again? Did you guys not learn last time what happens when he goes by himself? This kid's gonna die.
Which means partner, I should be with her!
Did you try with me?
Oh, thank the Lord, Sparkly Guy was like, nope, you're not getting anywhere close to Momo. Like, he automatically knew what was going on. Because, like, Momo backed away when, like, Mineta came up. And Sparkly Guy's like, nope, stay away.
I thought they were.
You know what? Fair, because like they have no clue what Class B's powers are. Just imagine you walking in the forest, someone's head pops out of the ground. You would shit your pants.
Maybe Bakugo and Todoroki got so scared they...
And the attack has begun. Well, hopefully Midoriya's not alone. If he is, he's gonna break all his bones.
Now, it begins.
Why are they burning down the forest? Oh wait, I'm an idiot. Some of the kids are in the forest, so are they trying to separate them from the camp? Be like, oh, the forest is on fire, so we can't go this way, so we must go a different direction, which is where the villains are, but they don't know that.
I thought they made sure no one could find us. So why
I simply love Mineta being like, they found us again? How? Oh my god, someone's with Koda. Please tell me it's not a villain. Honestly, I have a feeling that it's actually a villain.
understand why we do what we do?
Now, before we start the next episode, I must quickly tell you, smash a like button, subscribe to my channel, turn on your notifications so you know the next time I post, and leave a comment. Let's get on to it.
Someone who'll be
No one like that really exists.
Okay, just so you wait. Midoriya has a schedule to do before he leaves his camp, and it's for you to enjoy heroes.
Class A bombed the exams? And look, there's only one guy from Class B! You must
failed
be so...
You know what? This is the only guy that should have failed. Like, because we don't really see how anyone else reacts to, like, Class A, what they do, but the Monomo guy definitely would be in this class.
Everyone return to camp immediately. We're regrouping. Do not engage any...
These people need to stop sending these kids somewhere where they can't be protected. I know this was supposed to be like a heavily guarded place, but also it seems like you guys might have a spy. Well, I already know you all have a spy because that, like Shigaraki said one episode, was like, oh damn, he figured out where those kids were going, and I couldn't from like hacking the school, or when he like dusted the walls and like infiltrated the school to get like the schedule and stuff.
Distracted, Eraser.
Blood!
Oh shit, did Zawa get burned? You know what? That would actually be cool. Like if he got scorched a little bit. Like maybe his scarf protected him, and so like now he can no longer use his scarf to like protect himself, so he has to like do hand-in-hand combat.
You're part of the Vanguard Action Squad of the League of Villains.
I love that Spinner is just happy to be here. He's like, we're part of the League of Villains, and we also like Stain, so we're gonna follow by his principles. Oh, wait a minute. Does this mean they're not going to attack Midoriya? Because they definitely know that Stain saved Midoriya. Well, at least Spinner. Like, if someone attacked Midoriya and Spinner was there, I feel like Spinner would definitely protect Midoriya.
It's myself. Call me Spinner. I'm here to make...
Spinner, I don't mean to be mean, but what the fuck is that sword? You just have a sword, like, belted together with multiple swords. How is that physically possible?
Coda! I know where he is!
I wonder if Ida was about to say, like, Midoriya, remember what happened last time we left you alone? You went head-to-head with Shigaraki. How about we just go back to camp? And then he was like, oh, I know where Coda is. Hey, Ida, let someone follow Midoriya wherever he's going so he has someone bodyguarding him.
them for us. Awase's taking her to the rest of our class so she can help.
Oh, that's cool. They were on Momo, and Momo made a lot of masks. Hopefully she's like able to run around this forest and just make a bunch of masks for everyone. You know what I would do? I would keep my cloak on, and maybe after so many steps, I would just start making masks so when people like run around the forest lost, they're like, oh, it's a mask. Oh, it's probably for Momo. Because like the villains wouldn't have a mask.
So why are they better? Isn't it obvious? Class A has been through...
Hey, mister, how about we don't go on a suicidal adventure to prove this point? This is what I'm talking about, that Class A and Class B need to stop the rivalry. Because this guy's going on a suicidal arc just to prove that Class B is better than Class A.
Turn his back and run from a bad guy. Fighting villains is what we do.
Oh, damn, the pacifist goal is passed out. You know what would have been funny if the pacifist goal, like the green ivy goal, I just call it the pacifist goal, and Bakugo hung out, because they would have the funniest interaction. Bakugo telling her to die, and the pacifist goes like, oh, I don't believe in that language. You can't say that. God wants blah, blah, blah. And Bakugo's just like, I want to murder you.
I think you and me should have some fun up here, kid.
Are we planning to murder this kid? Why? Shouldn't you deal with the heroes, like the actual heroes and students, instead of messing with the kid? Like, I know he's probably like a serial killer or some bullshit, but still, you have other people to deal with.
If you see this face, contact the police immediately. Do not approach.
Oh my god, it's gonna be the guy who murdered his parents.
Papa! Mama!
You know what's weird? My brother asked me while watching My Hero Academia when we were on the Stain arc, I was like, why didn't they send All Might for after Stain? I'm like, they probably did send him, or maybe they didn't. Maybe he was like the #1 hero, so they're like, oh, Stain's like killing everyone, so we don't want a simple piece to get injured, so we're keeping away and sending like other heroes. And then he's like, why didn't they send other heroes? I'm like, they probably did, but they died. And also, some of these villains who were villains, like, they went into hiding. Like, this guy, like, he murdered Koto's parents, and then he probably went into hiding because he didn't want to be attracted by All Might or the other pro heroes. Like, the villains, when they killed, because All Might's around, they probably just like came out, killed someone, went into hiding.
That landing broke my phone. I didn't tell anyone.
Midoriya, you should told someone. Wait a second. If Midoriya had his phone on him, that means the other classes most likely had their phones on them as well, right? That means they should have, like, I don't know, tracked Midoriya's phone and shit.
Can I really do that while protecting Koda at the same time?
Hey, Midoriya, just grab the kid and run. You ran all the way here. You can just grab him and run back.
I'm worried about the others who are still in the forest, but I don't see that there's much.
How is Todoroki breathing in this smoke? I mean, unless they're in an area where it's not super toxic, or maybe it's because of his training that he's able to, like, not get a bigger breath of, like, air and stuff, so he's, like, regulating his breathing.
Which group was in front of us again?
Tokoyami, I think, and Shoji.
Shit, just imagine seeing this. Just imagine, like, finding someone who passed out by the smoke and be like, okay, let's go and try to get help. And then just see a severed arm and be like, oh my god, did he kill this guy? Because it could be Soji's. One of Soji's hands, because he has dupla arms. I don't think it's the Dark Shadow guy.
I have a job to do. No fighting. Is that the rule?
That's completely the fuck, because they can't use the quirks. I would say if there's a big invasion and all your kids are like everywhere and you don't know how many villains are, you should grant your kids, like, hey, protect yourselves with your quirks. You can't kill anyone, but you can protect yourself, and I would take the heat for it, because guess what? You have no clue where anyone is, and you have no clue which villains are here. Like, some of these people, like that one guy is definitely who they're walking into is definitely a serial killer, and where Midoriya is definitely a serial killer. You don't know if anyone else is a super serial killer. You don't know if anyone's like the guy, the crocodile guy, like he says, oh, I love Stain and will do, like, Stain's personality or whatever. You don't know if he has the same fighting styles as Stain or whatnot.
For 9 counts of aggravated robbery, 3 murders, and 29 attempted murder.
Damn, she's just dodging him. Like, you can't hit me. Also, that's a lot of crime.
What happened to her?
Oh my god, did they murder her?
Whoopsie.
Oh, that definitely has her heart. Like, he just completely was flung on the side of the stone wall.
Do you know where a kid named Bakugo might be around here?
Oh my god, I called it. I was like, when I was watching season 2, I was like, when they chained muzzle Bakugo up, I was like, hey, this is broadcasted to the entire world. The villains are gonna so see this and try to rope Bakugo into the villain club. Be like, hey, you finally got a simple taste of discrimination. You realize this could get worse for you, right?
Wait, they're after Kachan? Why?
I'll take your silence.
Oh, that is so gross. His arm is completely twisted up. Oh, is he gonna go over his percentage or do too many 100%? Because we do know Recovery Gold was telling him to, like, be careful of his arms because, like, they could actually get super injured beyond recovery. So, like, is that gonna happen by him trying to save this kid?
My speed and strength so exponentially that my muscle fibers can't.
I wonder if this guy's sort of like parallel to Bakugo, if he let all that stuff like actually get to his head. Because we do in middle school, like everyone was like, ever since he was young, everyone was like telling him, you're the best, you can go anywhere, you could do anything he wants. And he could have taken that power and used it for evil. I wonder if the same thing happened to this guy as well. Like, everyone praised him when he was younger because he had this really awesome quirk, and then it just like went too far in his head and he just turned into a villain.
Don't make promises you can't keep. Live up to your words or they don't mean anything.
What's with this villain and also giving us moral lessons? Like, you would assume this guy just like kills people just to kill people, but also he's like telling Midoriya, don't say stuff that you don't actually mean. Does he also like Stain as well? Like, does he like actually get what Stain was trying to point out in society?
It's not like I took them out because I was mad about the eye thing. I wanted to kill people. It's as simple as that.
This villain is so weird because, like, he's, like, has this weird, I don't know what it is. Like, I don't want to say more, but just, like, a weird way of saying stuff. Like, he's, like, admitting, like, yeah, I'm a serial killer. Like, I like murdering people. And I wasn't mad because they took my eye. I was just killing because I wanted to kill. It's just, like, a strange way. And it's so weird. Because, I kind of wish there were, like, more villains written like this. Like, they simply don't care if someone attacks them, got them injured. They simply just want to do their job.
Gotcha! Sorry about that.
Midoriya, what are you doing? I'm like, yeah, you caught Kodo by his teeth. I'm like, what the fuck, Midoriya?
The same as All Might's power!
Ha! A bit too...
I like how Midoriya 1000% believes that 100% was exactly at All Might's level. But yeah, All Might was 1000% going above his level. Because, like, unlike Deku's body, All Might's body didn't need the whole training stuff because his body was actually physically fit for his quirk. So it probably boosted his muscles. So there was, like, I 100% believe that All Might was going beyond 100% of his power probably every single day because he didn't need to strain his body.
Pretty strong. I see that now.
Quick!
Dude, why do you have more fake eyes in your pocket? I know they say that it was a prosthetic, but I assumed, like, whatever that metal thing was a prosthetic. The other one looks like it's just like a placeholder to open your eye. Unless it is also another prosthetic.
Toying with me before he killed me.
Hey Midoriya, I don't mean to break it to you, but I'm pretty sure that's what he did to all his victims. Like, he toyed around them until he killed them.
Mr. Aizawa should be there. Then he can erase this guy's quirk. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, I love that he finally remembered. Mr. Aizawa, the man who can erase quirks, can definitely help me. Dude, you should have figured this out from the beginning. You should have got Koda and just raced out of there. But yeah, he doesn't really know where... Actually, does he know where Mr. Aizawa and Vlad are going?
A real hero will always find a way for justice to be...
Holy shit. I love this scene because, like, the bad guy is just using his muscle mass and just trying to bury Midoriya in the goddamn concrete.
Let him go!
I love that this kid used his power because, yeah, he would have powers. But also, I love that it gave Midoriya hope that the kid used his power. And Midoriya is this kid's hero. Of course he is. I was kind of hoping that there was, like, no villain attack. It was just, like, Midoriya just trying to do everything in his power to get this kid to like him. It would be kind of funny, but, like, I get it. I don't think anyone wants a season of nothing happening. But you could have had, like, maybe a couple of, like, one more episodes where the kids are just doing this. Because honestly, I feel like it happened too fast. Like, we've only been here for, like, maybe 2 episodes. I feel like we needed one more episode where the kids are at the summer camp and Midoriya tried to talk to this kid. And the kid finally is like, oh, I guess I could trust you because you're being, like, not getting no for an answer. And then seeing him fight this big bad guy because, like, when the kid's like, why do you say me? I was a jerk. Because you were in danger, kid. That's what he was supposed to be doing. Anyway, if you like my reaction, like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Leave a goddamn comment and have a goddamn good day.